Welcome back. So that weekend is upon us in sunny March, Easter bank holiday. You know what it means. The sunglasses are going on and we're off down to the Syndicate. So not sure whether we're going to do 24 or 48. Look at the state of the back of that. I don't know if you can see all that junk in there, all that gear, just for a little 24, 48 hour session. But hopefully, yeah, we can nab a few fish, bring a few fish. It's not been fishing that great. One of the lakes, I didn't do a single fish all last weekend, or maybe one I think came out. But yeah, well, I'm not sure where I'm going. I don't know if you guys do exactly the same thing, but trying not to get any thoughts into my mind exactly what swims I'm going to go to. Obviously I know a few of them have got form this time of year. I've done quite well in a couple of the swims on one of the other lakes, so I'm not quite sure whether we're going to go over there. One of the other guys in the SAS team has done last night. He didn't get anything, but there was fish showing. So yeah, stay tuned. Could be 24, could be 48, could be some new bait to show you. Hopefully a few fish. See you in a bit. Sweet, we've made it. True to form, bank holiday traffic, absolutely chaos. What is wrong with people? I do not know. Look at the state of that. True to form, we've landed on, let me spin you around, we've landed on the Blake's Lake. So this is the third one on our ticket. Haven't been on this one for quite a good couple of years now. Yeah, I've had some nice 30s out of here, and I've actually had a little walk around into one of my old favourite pegs over there, 0.3, so that's 0.2 straight in front obviously. Yeah, 0.3 at the back, so we'll have a little walk around there. I know, speaking to a couple of the other lads while I had a quick skirt about, that there's been a couple of fish shown. But hang on a minute, I recognise that van. That looks like OC Dean. Oh, OC, I'm not going fishing this weekend. Surely that's not him. Surely he's not snuck in 0.2. Especially after a 3-night blank last week on layer. Can't be. Looks like his van. God, I recognise that. Is it? Yeah. Let's go and say hello. And I'll quickly whip you around into 0.3, one of my favourites. This here over on the left. This is a swim called Weedy Bay. For obvious reasons, this time of year, weed starts to come up, but guys on here have done a lot of great work over the last couple of years, and it's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. But there's a bar run along there, about 7 wraps out. I'll probably show you that later on in the year if a few of the pads come on. Actually, I don't know if you can see that out there. That looked like Fry's bait boat, where he's marking the end of the bar. There's the little gap there, great spot over the back there. Let's go around and say hello. Look, here he is in his old favourite. What's happening?
Not a lot. Just a few fish out there.
What tricks you got today in here? What we got in here?
Have a look.
Oh,
Bit
what's
cracking.
that? Is that new stuff?
Bit cracking, bit nut, bit pellet.
Fair play.
Just the standard.
Yeah, let's have a look at this. This stuff's, it'll open out for us. This stuff's going to be absolutely mega this year. I've been playing around with this for a year now. We had 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s. Mate, this stuff. Fish meal.
Big fish boilie.
Big fish boilie, without a shadow of a doubt. So yeah, this is it's 0.2, isn't it? Yeah. Second point, or 0.2. That's 0.3. That's where I'm going to be going. Mayfly hatches are up everywhere, so this is going to be interesting. You can't fish zigs on here this time of year now. Drop off at that far margin where them geese are, if you can see that out there. That's a well-known hot spot, and that gap over there, again, that was added, that was cut for a few years back, but at the bottom of that, as you go round into the what's bay or secret bay, there's a peg there called 101, which is very good this time of year. So I'll give you a little spam round. There you go. Sound. And that's it. That's a little look. So I'm going to go and get my gear, get it set up, and show old 3 Night Blank here how it's done. Actually, before I skirt round to my swim, one of my old mates is over here. I've one of the SAS Massive, Mr. Steve Holland. He done last night. A lot of fish showing apparently in front of him last night, so let's go and have a quick look and wind him up for a couple of minutes before we get set up. Let's see how the old master of Barham's getting on. What's happening, Steve?
How are we?
He loves a camera, this guy. So does this man here, Mr. Groom. Absolutely smashing it.
Well, don't know about that.
Heard you lost a few the other day, didn't you?
Mate, yeah.
3?
Yeah.
What, on hook pulls?
Yeah.
I'm having a change up.
Oh yeah? What, wafters, do you reckon?
What, me? No, I've been on wafters.
Let's have a look at one of your super rigs.
And the old crab apple specials.
Oh, look at that.
And the old...
Yeah. What's this? Pulls, isn't it? Oh, quick little butch. Just look at the gear, he's got all the gear in here, look. You fishing, Si? No. Taking a risk coming on here, really. Yeah, let's have a look at this thing here. Look at that. Do they retail that, Steve?
2 grand.
How much?
2 grand.
2 grand. Must have one of them new deeper ones, isn't it? It's nice though, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll see in a minute.
How much does that hold? Cut the key?
Yeah, 4 I think it says,
4.
but you never put 4 in them. It's in a handful, but...
Yeah, that's it. So let's yeah, let's go and show old 3 Night Blank how it's done.
Now coming up the bar, look.
Yeah.
Fish, mate. What fish?
Nah, it's just because I was trying to find the spot. So it's... But they weren't there, were they?
Oh, were they?
Yeah, look.
Yeah, I usually fish on the side of that, I think, back in the day.
So it wants to be a little bit... Oh, no, so I'm going off it there, aren't I? Yeah, look at that, look.
Can't get much more accurate than that, can you?
Clear, look at that, how clear it is.
Yeah, it's been well baited. That's the normal spot, that, isn't it, in between them two? Did you fish that last night?
No. I've moved on here today, so... And,
Don't get any easier. So we're in. We're at point 3, 5 point 3. Cave over the back there. Little span around there. All the way down to point 1 on that end. And spin you around. Goes all the way down there to Titanic, round the back into the bays. Literally behind them trees. Probably make out some vans over there in the background. Oh yeah, moving about, that's handy. Yeah, it looks busy over there, but it's very good in the spring. Something I've noticed straight away just by coming over this side is seems like it's 3-4 degrees cooler compared to down there. So, and the other lake, which is lower, which was the one where we filmed the match on. So if you haven't had a look at that match, jump on. There's a few fish on there. So yeah, a few nice ones to show you on the Barham Lake complex. Yeah. As this year goes on, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and hopefully we can show you some of the A team. Cheers. Should be over now. Well, that was painful. It's like 2 hours later. I don't know if I dare show you. Just a normal day in the swim for me. Mate. 24 hours, maybe 40. New bait. Kraken assassin. Chaos. Absolute chaos. Why do we do it, eh? For what swims out there. So I'll show you a little look. So, true to the name, right hand rod, she's down there, literally tucked in that little bay. Right there, underneath that tree branch. Nice little hard spot down there in amongst a load of pads. Over the back, I've got one straight out in the middle. Just in front of that middle tree there, so that's there. Bottom of the slope, it's about 12 foot. And the other one, what we call the cave, so if I can zoom in. It's a cave there. If you go a little bit to the left, you see an overrated tree. Light's not that great over here, out there. Right down there, it's a little ledge there, about 7-8 foot. So we'll give that a go for tonight. See what happens, eh? Quick update. Real syndicate fishing, not the stuff you see on TV. We ain't catching nothing. True to form. We've moved on to the pot noodle. Yep. Proper cooking, no mucking about. Heat up the hot water, and that's my limit. Curry flavour, absolutely superb. Yeah, that's what we like. Fishing wise, loads of fish showing. To my left, to my right, nothing in front of me. Look like they're on a hatch, to be fair, but yeah, we'll see. Stay tuned. Just a little quick update. Might do a little bit of cooking intro tomorrow. Got a couple of new gadgets to show you, so yeah, happy days. Catch you in a bit. Nothing to report. Not a lot happened last night, apart from a few sherbets, but very quiet first night. Let's bring it out here. Yeah, not a lot to say really. Fish didn't want to play ball. Looks what's going on. Mr. Holland's putting his boat back out, so maybe a bit of action to report. Seen a few shows, literally right down here on the near margin, so I might move a rod a little bit later on. Other than that, very quiet. Could be a hatch, seen a few fish showing elsewhere, but could be a move on the cards, but 0.3 served me well over the years. The sun's going to be coming up. It's about 5:30 in the morning in a minute. A bit of mist down there. Yapping on the phone, and then wham, cave rod ripped off, white monster nut pop up. Let me spin you around and show you. I'll give you a look. Proper tore me up and all the pads and everything, but have a little look at this. Get in. Monster nut does it again. This time on a white one. So happy with that. Back in the 30s gang. Bank holiday weekend. Absolutely tore me up.
Yeah.
Dragged up all the pads. You name it. It's been through them.
How do you? No, sorry. I've got to come on the side for a little bit because I'll get the shadow in and see the shadow.
Beauts. Lovely apple slices on this one. Just woken up as well, I reckon. Hook for a while, that one. Never gets old catching these beasts, does it?
Nope.
Back you go. Right again.
She goes nice and strong. And Steve.
Get in. Come on, amigos. happy with that. First visit back onto Blake's on the Barham complex, and back in my old favourite old swim that I spent a lot of time in, and yeah, each goes absolutely nailed. So had to treat its mouth up afterwards. That weren't coming off, tore me through copious amounts of pads. There's a bar just in front of the swim, so you've got to be a little bit careful when you're playing. But I'll show you the rig, nothing you haven't seen 1,000 times. Spinner rig, little ESP, weight on there. I don't like using putty. I find these little ESP heavy weights slide on there lovely. And the old favourite size 5 curve. So I'll show you them. Angling iron, brilliant hook. This hook is still razor sharp after that. I'm going to say 10 minutes, but it's probably 7 or 8 minute battle. But if you're looking for a sharp hook straight out of the pack, I've used these probably 3 years now. I always use them in a size 5, winter, spring, summer, if I'm fishing a Ronnie, or sometimes if I'm fishing on the deck. But give them a look, very good, very sharp. I'll show you that. Job's a good one. Hook bait wise, actually it's my first fish on a white out of here. So see it, one of the SAS creamy nuts. You see him in the match there, white one, pops up lovely. That is going straight back on with some nut crushed up, and yeah, some of the monster nut pellet as well. Get that on there. And a few crushed boilies back over onto the far margin. I'll bring it back if I get another one. Update. So I'm going to move my right hand rod. So I'm going to boat that one out to the far margin and change the hook bait over to white monster nut. See, that's been working. Touch, wind. So I'm going to put the white one over. So literally you're going out with a handful of bait and a little funnel web of PVA just when I pull it in the boat to protect it. And what I like to do, you probably see in there, I've got a few of our shrapnel pellets in there, get a couple of boilies as well, and I literally just crumb them up on the top, the pellets, like that. A couple of 10mm. So what that means, when I go to put it all down nice and tight, I have a nice little cushion just to bed the knot on and squash all the nut together. Like that. Gives you a nice little platform there, and then you can just screw it down. You can just get it that extra little bit tighter once you've got the nut in there. So little tip there for you. If you like to use the old PVA mesh, comes that stuck tighter. Let's get this rod back out. You can see them in there. Little spring tactic I like to use this time of year, just before the carp spawn. Start lacing everything up with salt. Nice little edge, so if you haven't tried it before, get yourself some Himalayan rock salt. We do sell it online, incidentally. Yeah, for sure, get some on. Definitely give you a little edge this spring. If you get it in nice and early, chuck it on your feed bait night before or the day before, anything you do, I'm sure you'll reap the benefits. Other than that, it's all gone quiet, nothing else to report. 4-night blank, he's gone home, he can't handle another night, so I don't blame him, it's a tough gig. Steve's gone as well, so he had that 20-pounder, so if I didn't put that on earlier, I'll stick it on in a minute so you can have a little look. But another barham belter, obviously I had that 31, so I think I'm going to stick it out for another night. It's quite quiet